Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
You're able to observe not complying with the curbside pickup. So you're able to do surveillance and saw that there was customers coming in and out of your store. This is based on the offense that was yesterday that we were able to observe.
Okay, and so how were you able to observe that?
Because I remained open, I did not lock my doors as per instructions on December 26th. I had a visit last week from the health unit, 2 officials from the health unit and 2 police officers who told me they were going to find me.
For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini, joined virtually with Alexandra Stewart, who has come to us through the I Will Open portal, part of our campaign for small businesses. Now, Alexandra, you took over a family-run business, Stewart's Decorating in North Bay. You took it over in 2017. So I was looking up the business, and your parents started this business in the late 1970s. You are an interior design company, so you offer all things paint, wallpaper, flooring, window coverings. You have a shop, a space in North Bay, and you reached out to us because you have been facing some visits from the health officials there in North Bay. So what's happened to your business over the course of the last few months with these health officials staking out where you are?
Well, it started in the fall, shortly after the mask mandate was introduced in Ontario. At that time, I faced a little bit of a crisis because I felt very strongly that masks were not only not effective at all in preventing any respiratory virus based on the research I had done, but they were also potentially dangerous. And I had a few staff approach me, very concerned and upset, and I had a decision to make. It was a very hard decision. Do I trust myself and what I had read and what I had learned and what I had spent so much time trying to figure out, or do I capitulate and do what those around me were doing and force my employees to use a medical device that was not proven to be safe for them? So at that time, I chose to do what I felt was right and let people make their own decisions about their own bodies. And it was hard. It was hard for sure. But I started getting visits after that. I had some complaints from customers who saw that there were several people in my store not wearing masks, myself included. And first I got a visit from the health unit, and then the police started coming. They came a couple of times to educate me. I told them I knew what I was doing. Then the health unit called the Ministry of Labor on me. The Ministry of Labor came, did a visit, and then because I remained open, I did not lock my doors as per instructions on December 26th. I had a visit last week from the health unit, 2 officials from the health unit and 2 police officers who told me they were going to find me. Yeah, they did leave. However, after speaking with me outside, they did not leave me with a fine. I really don't know why. I met them at the door. I did film the interaction with them. I gave them a package that Zachary Boissonneau from A Foot Above Fitness in Ottawa had given to me.
Do you wish to say anything in answer to the charge today?
I don't know what the charge is.
Okay, so this would be you're able to observe not complying with the curbside pickup. So you're able to do surveillance and saw that there was customers coming in and out of your store. This is based on the offense that was yesterday that we were able to observe.
Okay, and so how were you able to observe that? What did you exactly observe?
So we were able to observe at the time of surveillance that customers were coming in and out of pending legal action is based on yesterday's observations, so any further non-compliance will result in possible additional ticketing. So it's clear, making sure that you're providing strictly curbside pickup. Customers can come to the door and pick up their product as well as purchase it from there. Do you have any further questions at this time? No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.
And they left without giving me a fine. I have not seen them since. I have kept my doors open.
Mm-hmm. Now, off camera, you told me that you face a struggle with the mask mandate because you have hearing problems. So how has that affected just you on a personal level and at your business when other people are wearing masks? And it affects your ability to be able to understand them.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Actually, there are two of us in the store that are hearing impaired. We wear hearing aids. It is very difficult to understand people. Sometimes I just can't. So there are times where I have to get someone else to, continue the conversation. It's a struggle for sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And going back to the original lockdown, and I guess now we're going on almost a year of 2 weeks to flatten the curve. How have all of these lockdowns compounded and affected your business in North Bay?
So the first lockdown was definitely harder for us. We were down about 30%. This lockdown has been a lot better. I think in part because I've kept my doors open, and I think some people know that, and just that my regular customers know they can come into the store and they can shop. Just to be clear, there are not a lot of people in my store at any given time. I'm talking about one or possibly two customers at a time. I have a 10,000 foot store, so it is a big store.
Mm-hmm.
But I think also people maybe feel differently this time about the lockdown. I know that there are a lot of people who are still very afraid because they've been conditioned to be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of people that have had enough. You know?
What does remaining open look like for you? You have curbside pickup, and you have mentioned off camera again that you have a designated table inside that customers are welcome to pick up their orders. Can you give us a little bit of insight as to how the functioning of your business looks right now?
So a lot of people are calling in, placing their orders over the phone, paying over the phone, and then their orders are placed on the table at the front of the store, and they open the door, they get their stuff, and they leave. Some people have to come in to pay, which we're allowing them to do because some people don't have a credit card or don't want to use a credit card, which we want to accommodate, certainly. And then there are people that need to come in the store for whatever reason. They need supplies. They're building a house, or we do a lot of commercial work, a lot of commercial flooring, a lot of commercial window coverings. They need stuff. We'll let them in. Usually they'll call and make an appointment, but sometimes they'll come to the door, and we just make sure that we give them enough space and that we help them as they need.
Mm-hmm. So this doesn't sound like a free-for-all, doors wide open situation here. This sounds like it's very controlled environment with an emphasis on contactless payment and contactless pickup. Obviously, there's exceptions to that, but it sounds like you're still being very cautious and respectful of guidelines during your opening.
I would say so, for sure. Yeah.
Now, what's the main reason that you have chosen to stay open for those individuals who may not be able to pay contactless or go online or call in, the ones who need to come into your store and physically see and hold samples and look at colors and combinations? Why have you chosen to stay open for them?
I think the main reason, to be honest, is that I completely disagree with this lockdown. Any lockdowns, I don't believe that they have any benefit. I believe that they cause a lot of harm. I'm just so opposed to them because of the health repercussions that they're causing, both physical health of people and the mental health of people. I'm very much opposed to them. So it didn't feel right to just blindly follow what I believe is a massively corrupt government right now. I just felt like I had to do what I felt was right for me and those around me. And that's why I just chose to do things the way that I did.
Now, when I was online looking up your shop, I saw that you do have a few employees. What has been the feedback from them?
So most of my employees feel the same way as I do. I have spoken to each and every one of them at length and assured them that, like, my main goal and my main interest is their health and safety and honoring their bodies, their choices, what they want to do. So anyone that chooses to wear a mask obviously can wear a mask. And anyone that chooses not to, I will respect their decision. I don't believe that I should have the authority to make decisions for other people about their health. I believe we all should make our own decisions about our own health. So I would say most of my employees agree with me. They know that I have their best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm. Now, it may play into what you just stated about, the individual taking responsibility for their own health, but do you have a message for the people locking you down, maybe the naysayers, the health officials that are coming and threatening you with fines or staking out your business? Do you have a message for any of those people?
I do. My message is that each and every one of us needs to figure out what we think is right. And we need to question everything. We need to not blindly trust what we're being told. We need to read. We need to research. We need to look at things and we need to figure out what is best for ourselves. And if we think something is not right and it's not in our best interest or the best interest of our families and those around us, we need to stand up and we need to say what we actually think and feel instead of just blindly following government health officials. I mean, and that goes for health officials. Like right now, I don't think that what they are doing is for the health of anyone. So if they feel that way, I think they need to stand up and say so. For sure.
Now, just on a last note, I know there's so much economic uncertainty moving forward, but what does the future look like for you at Stewart's Decorating?
I hope that it looks good. I won't give up. I will not stop trying to make my business better. I am hoping that that this fight continues and we prevail.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Alexandra, for joining me. It stands to reason that, as an established, decades-old business, you have a lot more of a footing to stand on here in your community and as a business in general to maintain being open and have continued future success with your business. I wish you all the best. I appreciate and thank you for coming into our I Will Open campaign. Of course, if you are fined or if you're met with any sort of repercussion from these health officials or police, please do submit anything that is given to you to our sister portal at fightthefines.com. For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini. Here at Rebel News, we get results. Look at what happened in Alberta with Sheila eating her way to freedom. She covered so many restaurants reopening in defiance of the government-ordered closures that Jason Kenney announced he would reopen restaurants and gyms just a few days later. If you want to support the work that we do to ensure that everyone can get back to work, please consider donating what you can to our crowdfunding campaign at fightthefines.com.